creating a platform to rebuild New South Wales. That's how the Treasurer is selling it anyway. But the budget he unveiled today also takes the state into deficit, and at least 5,000 public sector jobs will go to cut costs. On the upside, there will be record spending on infrastructure, and the government has promised more teachers, nurses and police. Bridget Glanville is at State Parliament for us tonight. Bridget.
Juanita, we were told to expect a horror budget, but on the surface it isn't as bad as many people expected. In fact, some critics have said that the budget could have been even tougher.
This was billed as the infrastructure budget, with the government convinced that's what voters want.
We're trying to improve the services that the state is desperate to see. We're trying to build the infrastructure they've been waiting for. At the same time, we're trying to look after those most vulnerable in our society.
Transport will receive $6.3 billion, a jump of 9% on last year. $3 billion of that will go on roads. Health is in line for $17 billion. Much of that will go to fix hospitals. There'll be more than 900 extra nurses and 662 extra hospital beds. In total, there'll be 4,000 extra teachers, police and nurses. This spending will send the budget into deficit by $718 million. That's despite savings of $8 billion. 5,000 public sector jobs will be cut, but unions believe that's just the start.
It's a big question mark what natural attrition actually means, and I think 5,000 is just the start, and we can see somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000 jobs going in the New South Wales public sector over the coming years.
The government hopes to raise up to $3.5 billion from leasing out Port Botany and the Sydney desalination plant to the private sector. The opposition says this will lead to more job cuts, but industry has welcomed the move.
Well, we'd say that the investment in infrastructure, the lift in investment in infrastructure is a good thing. That's certainly something we've been asking for a long time.
The government's also closing Kirkconnell, Berrima and Parramatta jails and will consider privatising others. First home buyers will be disappointed with the budget. Unless they're buying a newly built house or unit, from January next year, they're going to have to pay stamp duty. At the moment, any home under $500,000 is exempt.
Obviously, going forward, we're not offering all of the same concessions that we were previously, and that's part of the fiscal challenging we're dealing with. So it's not an easy decision.
Mining royalties are set to increase. The Treasurer says this is needed to offset the cost of the federal government's carbon tax for the state's power generators. Households will also have to pay for a blowout in Labor's solar bonus scheme, with electricity bills expected to increase by $12 a year. The government is forecasting the budget will return to surplus next year, but not by much. And with global economic uncertainty, the government says it may have to revise the figures in the next budget.